Have you ever pondered the possible outcomes if all the gold in the world suddenly vanished? It's a thought that might seem far-fetched, but it's fascinating to explore. Gold, that gleaming, precious metal, has held our fascination for thousands of years. It's been a symbol of wealth and power, a catalyst for exploration and conquest, and a linchpin in our global economy. Even today, gold is interwoven into the fabric of our financial systems. It's a standard for currency valuation, a hedge against inflation, and a safe haven in times of economic uncertainty. But imagine, just for a moment, that every gold nugget, every gold coin, every gold bar, gone, vanished without a trace. What would that mean for our world, for our economies, our societies, our history? It's a mind-boggling thought experiment, isn't it? So let's dive into the consequences of a world without gold. Gold, as you may know, plays a crucial role in our global economy. It's more than just shiny bling or an object of desire. Gold threads its way through the very fabric of our economic structure, influencing international trade, acting as a hedge against inflation, and serving as a critical component in various industries. Let's start with international trade. Gold has been the backbone of commerce for centuries, a universally accepted medium of exchange. It's a common ground that transcends borders and cultures. Even today, countries maintain reserves of gold to back their currencies and to settle international debts, lending stability to the global economy. Now let's talk about gold as a hedge against inflation. In uncertain economic times, when the value of paper currency fluctuates, gold retains its value. It's seen as a safe haven, a store of value that doesn't corrode or diminish with time. In fact, when the economy takes a downturn, the price of gold often rises, reflecting its role as a financial safety net. Beyond these financial roles, gold is also indispensable in various industries. In electronics, for instance, gold's excellent conductivity and resistance to corrosion make it an ideal material for connectors, switches, relay contacts, and more. It's in your smartphone, your computer, even your car. And let's not forget about jewelry, an industry that consumes about half of the world's gold supply. Gold's malleability, ductility, and resistance to tarnish make it the perfect material for crafting beautiful ornaments. So you see, gold is much more than a symbol of wealth or a token of love. It's an economic powerhouse, a stabilizer in times of uncertainty, and an essential ingredient in our technological world. It's woven into our lives in ways we may not even realize. Now imagine if this precious metal disappeared overnight. What would happen then? The world as we know it would surely be thrown into chaos. But that's a story for the next scene. The sudden disappearance of gold would cause a ripple effect across the globe. Imagine this: one moment, gold is here, in our jewelry, our technology, our vaults, and the next, it's gone, vanished without a trace. What would happen next? Well, it's not a pretty picture. Let's start with the economy. Gold is a cornerstone of our global financial system, acting as a safe haven for investors in times of economic instability. A world without gold would be a world without this safety net, leading to a potential financial crisis. The value of currencies, especially those backed by gold reserves, could plummet, causing inflation rates to skyrocket. In a blink, we could be plunged into a worldwide economic recession, or worse, a depression. But the economic implications are just the tip of the iceberg. Consider the industries that rely heavily on gold. Electronics, for instance, where gold's excellent conductivity and resistance to corrosion make it an essential component. With gold gone, we would need to find alternatives, which could take time and resources we might not have. Similarly, the jewelry industry, which uses around half of the world's gold supply, would face a catastrophic collapse. And then there's the geopolitical aspect. Countries with large gold reserves, like the United States and Germany, would lose a significant portion of their wealth. This could cause shifts in global power dynamics and potentially even spark conflicts as nations scramble to find new sources of wealth and stability. Now, you might think that the disappearance of gold could lead to a more equitable distribution of wealth, but in reality, it's likely to do the exact opposite. The richest individuals and corporations with their diverse portfolios would be better equipped to weather the storm. But for the average person, the economic fallout could be devastating. So, the sudden disappearance of gold, it's not just about losing some shiny trinkets. It's a scenario that could trigger economic instability, industry collapse, and geopolitical conflicts on a global scale. And that's only scratching the surface of the potential chaos. Gold has been intertwined with our history and culture for thousands of years. It has fueled the ambitions of conquerors, driven the exploration of new lands, and inspired countless works of art and architecture. From the golden treasures of the pharaohs to the gold rush of the American West, this precious metal has left an indelible mark on our shared human story. Imagine then, if all the gold were to disappear, not only would we lose a significant economic resource, but we would also be left with a gaping hole in our cultural heritage. Historical artifacts, religious symbols, priceless works of art, all gone in an instant. Our museums would be emptier, our stories less colorful. The loss of gold would force us to reevaluate not only our economic systems, but also our societal values. What do we treasure when gold is no longer an option? The disappearance of gold would not just affect our economy, but also our history and culture. We hope you found this exploration into a world without gold fascinating and thought-provoking. If you're intrigued by such mind-bending possibilities, show your support. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more intriguing what-if scenarios. Stay curious and keep exploring.